Hello guys, welcome. This is the second part of the Easter story, the Easter event that I'm doing. And this is right after Jesus was captured. This continues on after. This continues on to 50. This continues on to Jesus' trial and 30 pieces of silver. So let's continue what I was saying on from last week. And it says this: "But how then shall the scripture be fulfilled, that thus it must be? In the same hour said Jesus to the multitude, Are ye come cut as against a thief, with a sword and staves for to take me? I sat daily with you teaching in the temple, and ye laid no hold on me. But all this was done, that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. And they that had laid hold on Jesus led him away to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. But Peter followed him afar unto the high priest's palace, and went in and sat with the servants to see the end. Now the chief priest and elders and all the council sought false witness against Jesus to put him to death, but found none. Ye, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. And the last came 2 false witnesses, and said, This fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said unto him, Answerest thou nothing? What is which these witness against thee? But Jesus held his peace. And the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living God that thou tellest whether thou be the Christ, the Son of God. And Jesus said unto him, Thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power, and coming in the clouds of heaven. Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, He had spoken blasphemy, which is mockery. What further need have we of witness? Behold, now ye have heard his blasphemy. What ye think? They answered and said, He is guilty of death. Then they spat on his face and buffeted him and others smote him with the palms of their hand, saying, Prophesy unto us, thou Christ, who is he that smote thee? Now Peter sat without in the palace, and the damsel came unto him, saying, Thou also wast with Jesus of Galilee. But he denied them, all saying, I know not what thou sayest. And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him and said unto him, that where this fellow was also with Jesus of Nazareth. And again he denied with an oath, I did not know the man. And after a while came unto him they that stood by, and said to Peter, Surely thou also art one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth thee. They began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew, and Peter remembered the word of Jesus, which said unto him, Before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me 3 times. Deny me thrice. And he went out and wept bitterly. Now this is going into 30 pieces of silver. This is after the trial. So on. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of the people took counsel against Jesus to put him to death. And when they had bound him, they laid him They led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repent himself and brought against the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. I have betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, What is that to us? See thou that to that. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed, and went and hanged himself. So Jesus hung himself. And the chief priest took 30 pieces and said, It is not lawful for to put them in the treasury, because it is the price of blood. And they took counsel and bought with them the potter's field to bury strangers in. Wherefore that fled was called the field of blood unto this day. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, saying, And they took the 30 pieces of silver and the price of him that was valued, whom they of the children of Israel did value, and gave them for the potter's field, as the Lord appointed me. And Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the King of the Jews? And Jesus said unto him, Thou sayest. And he was accused, and when he was accused of the chief priests and the elders, he answered nothing. Then said Pilate unto him, Hearest thou not how many things they witness against thee? And he answered him to never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. Now, at the feast of the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner whom they would. And they had then a noble prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye I release unto you, Barabbas or Jesus, which is called Christ? For he know that for envy they had delivered him. When he was set down on the judgment seat, his wife said unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with what that just man, for I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him. But the chief priest and the elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas and destroy Jesus. Okay, so that's the that's where I'm gonna stop. So now Jesus was on trial, and now they're going to take Jesus and they're going to kill him. Because the priests were evil. They wanted Jesus gone. They were evil. Very evil. So anyway, I'm going to stop this reading. And next reading is next reading is the final reading and the Easter event. And the Easter event shall end. The Easter reign shall end. Pretty sad when the priest and everybody destroyed this man. Destroyed Jesus Christ. because they hated him. It's pretty sad. Such a bunch of evil people. So anyway, I'm gonna end this reading. See you next Sunday. Have a good rest of the week.